Hey everybody, it's Robert C. Stern with The Social Leader. How is everybody doing tonight? It is 2016. Believe it or not, we made it. We survived. Woo! 2015 has been a interesting year, especially when it comes to live streaming like Blab, we're on now, and for Periscope and Meerkat and Fire Talk and My Eye and everything else.
Oh, wow.
And I am lucky enough to grab her time away from work for a little bit, and she's not feeling so well, but she's still here. Kim Reynolds with the Social Media Examiner, and we have a special guest coming on a little bit later with a brand new application called Tomer Dictorel from Mevee that was just released yesterday, so we'll talk about that too. But Kim, thanks for coming on.
Thank you for having me, and it's a pleasure.
I mean, we met because of Blab.
Yeah.
You know, we kind of clicked right away, just talking away, and
because you're so friendly and nice, and
so are you.
Well, yeah.
So just to get everybody kind of assorted and everything, you do what with the Social Media Examiner? Because you actually have another job that I recently found out about.
What?
Your other company?
Oh, well. I'm a marketing manager for Social Media Examiner, and my role there kind of fluctuates. Now I'm doing more of I manage our Blab show. I'm not sorry, I don't manage it. I produce the Blab show that we do every week, and but mostly I do events. I market our events, and yeah, that's it. Now I don't think I have another official job.
Well, it's the thing with the entertainment.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I do.
He's like, damn, he found out about that.
Well, I do some movie marketing, but movies are always project-based. So, they last about 3 to 6 months, then it's done. So unless it's lucky enough to either become a TV series or a movie with sequels, which hopefully this last one will have sequels. It should.
Cool.
Yeah, it's pretty fun.
So how long have you been with the Examiner?
I think it's 2.5 years now.
Okay, and you were always in the marketing side of it.
Yeah. Yep. Did I tell you my story?
No, that's what I want to hear.
Okay.
Let's go.
Well,
let's do it.
I got into social media. I've been doing marketing and internet marketing since 94 or 95, somewhere around there, a long time. And I got back into social about 2008 and started my own business, like a QR code directory, kind of like an About Me type thing, but with QR codes. Right. And so I got into social to promote that, and then quickly realized that there was not a chance in Hades that my little startup would make it without a lot of funding, which I didn't have. So, but I really love the social side of it, the marketing side. So I started just learning stuff, and then I went to Social Media Marketing World in 2013 and loved it. I had so much fun. I met so many people, so I made a video about it, which is funny because I hate video. I don't hate video. I'm scared of video, but I did it anyway, right? So I did this video. I'm like, oh, wow, la, la, everyone's sped everyone. And then Mike saw it, and then he contacted me and said, hey, we should talk. So that's my story.
But so you just made a video about your experience there.
Yeah, I made 2 videos actually because I was pretty excited.
And the next thing you know, he turns around and says, we want to talk to you.
Yeah, I was shocked. And I couldn't even speak when he called me up, and he's like, Mike Stilzner, and I couldn't say anything, and he's like, from Social Media Examiner. I'm like, I know. So yeah, it's pretty exciting.
That's great. Now, what is it exactly you do for them? I mean, besides before Blab, what did you do? Because now you're doing the Blab show you do weekly, which is usually Thursdays, sometimes Fridays. I know, which is his podcast, but now moved over to Blab, right?
Well, no. Actually, we're trying to standardize the Blab to every Friday morning at 8 Pacific, and his podcast comes out also, I believe, on a Friday. It's put out there, but he records it like a month in advance.
Okay. Oh, okay. So he's way ahead on the podcast.
Oh, yeah. And Mike's way ahead on everything. If he could,
but that's got to be interesting for him to do because something comes out fresh now, and if he records it, it's not going to come out for another month.
Right. And that's why we have the Saturday edition of the news, the Social Media Examiner. That's our Saturday edition is always the news. But that's why he wanted to do the Blab show. The first time he got on Blab, oh my God.
I was there.
Were you there?
I was there.
All we heard is blah, 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 blah. And he loved it from the get-go. And so then he thought, hey, this would be a great platform to do breaking news and social, like what people have missed all week. And he approaches this show like he approaches his podcast, very methodical. Every step is laid out. There's no guesswork. I know a lot of blabs are really like free flow, like.
But that's Mike in general. He's just methodical and
it's nice. It's nice because there's really no big surprises. He's he controls his environment, if you will, not like in a rigid bad way, but in a very organized way. He likes systems and processes and that type of thing. So
what have you seen with the 2.5 years that you've been there now? One, how have you seen the Social Media Examiner grow and the changes in social media that you must have seen now with the 2.5 years?
Yeah. I've seen so much of it go to paid social, and that's a big part of what I do at Social Media Examiners. I do our paid social. So a lot of it's gone to paid, and now obviously it started being graphic. Everything was visual like last year, the year before, but now it's all live video. And that's the big thing for 2016 is every marketing prediction article out there, they all say the same thing: live video, more live video. So, and then maybe some virtual reality thrown in there, which is my thing.
Now, what have you seen the growth of the company in those 2.5 years? I mean,
I think that
because it's how old now? It's 6 years or 7? No, it's six years.
Just had 6 years anniversary. And when it started out, a lot of the big social media people were not big social media people yet, like Mari Smith and Amy Porterfield, Jay Bear. Like Jay Bear, I'm sure, was big in marketing, but no one was really big in social media because it wasn't a thing. So when Mike started it, he was growing. He went to different conferences with a camera and a microphone and just interviewed people. And he's very good at having a feel for the pulse of knowing what's coming up and what's going to, like podcasting. He called that years ago and dived in deep. That's what he does. He predicts things and then I would say gambles on them, but it's not really a gamble. He's pretty savvy about stuff. So as the industry grew, Social Media Examiner just grew along with it. And we try to keep up with the changes, but we won't get into something unless we think that we can do it exceptionally well. So sometimes that means we don't jump into a particular, like when Vine came out, we didn't jump into Vine because there wasn't anyone that was an expert at Vine. So
right. So what do you think was the difference when Blab came out that the jump came so fast? Because it did come fast for him.
Yes, and he's not like that at all. He is a trained observer. I mean, he sits, he watches, and I don't know. I think that he already knew that live video was going to be a big thing, and he saw that this was interactive rather than just broadcasting like you do with Periscope and Meerkat. It took the best part of Hangouts, which was having multiple people and social, and made it super simple. So I think he recognized that the platform came at the right time and it made it easy for people. And there's nothing else out there like Blab right now. So,
well, the idea that people can jump in and out and interchange and you could lock the seat, do your thing, but then you can also have the engagement.
Right, exactly. And bring people on. And that's what makes like our show that we do every Friday. That's what makes it so fun is you never know who's going to pop into the show. And sometimes we get really.
I popped on a couple of them.
Yeah. And like I was just about to say, a couple times we've gotten really lucky. Like people like you and some other guys come on and they're very knowledgeable and they really like take it to the next level. And every now and then you get someone that, maybe they get on and they say hi and they didn't really have anything to say.
It's so nice to meet you.
Well, no, not that. Because I mean, like Mike has one headphone rule. Like if you have to come on, you have to have a headphone on. And but people come on and, well, I didn't mean it to sound like mean that way. I mean, it's nice that they come on and say hi, but every now and then.
He wants audio quality.
Well, we just want to be able to inform people and learn. Like we learn new things every day. And so we like when people come on the show and they teach us something new too. That's great because you can't be an expert in everything.
So we already got a question. And if anybody wants to write a question with the /Q, pop it in there. Simone wants to know what is that you love the most about the Social Media Examiner? That's actually a good question for you because it's different for each person.
I would say it's the people, the team, Mike. Like, I love everyone that works there, but Mike is, I don't want to be all fanboy on Mike Stelzner, but there's something special about him. He's very good at, before I came on, I had to do this like strengths assessment test. There's some name for it. I can't remember the name of it, but you do the strengths assessment. And I was everything he wasn't looking for. Like, he was looking for someone that was methodical and was an implementer and they could do all this stuff. And my strengths came back: ideation, creativity, learning, like all the things he didn't want. And he's like, but there's something about you that will make it work. And so he sees stuff in people and he nurtures it, and he grooms everyone on his team. And if you can recognize that what he's doing is grooming and not criticizing, you can learn a lot from Mike Stelzner. So that's what I love about it.
Yeah, no, it's I mean, what he's created is amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, and how many people does that go out to now? Is it over 10,000? Is
the
it
newsletter?
Yeah.
Oh,
I thought it was over 10,000 now.
No, it's 343,000 people, I think, as of last week.
343,000 people.
Yeah, we're pushing 400,000 on our Facebook page. So,
which is now up and running again.
Yeah, it was down for like 2 days. That was pretty stressful.
Yeah, I remember Mike's story. He was home with the family and got the phone call.
Yeah, that no one wanted to make. No one wants to make that call.
What was the story on it finally? Well, do you remember?
We never found out. They just fixed it. Facebook said that sometimes their database, there's an issue with the database, and stuff happens. But so we never did find out what happened. We just know that they fixed it, which is ultimately what mattered.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that was.
All right. It looks like someone wants to come in. I'm going to let them in. I think they got a question for you. Premier Irish Golf.
Nice. Irish Golf Tours. Ooh.
I
have a question for them too.
Why, you going to Ireland?
No. I mean, I would go to Ireland, but I don't have any plans to. But more.
You're going to hate me now.
Are you going to Ireland?
I'm speaking at Social Media Summit in Dublin in March. With Ted Rubin and Brian. And
Ian Cleary, right? I'm sure
Ian's going to be there too, yeah.
I love Ian.
And Melanie Dodaro.
Oh, nice. Wow. Yeah. That's very nice. Very nice. Well, Ireland didn't.
Yeah, they probably had trouble getting in. So.
Yeah.
But if anybody has a question, I mean, I'm going to still pop questions. If anybody's got a question, if you want to pop in, that's fine. If you want to pop it on the side, please do so. In fact, yeah, Good Mom's Guide is in here. She's in London. She's actually going to be flying over for that summit.
Oh, wow.
Checking out because she's got the Good Mom's Guide over there. So what do you see the Social Media Examiner for 2016? I mean, where do you see what it's going to be doing? Anything special that you can release? Or things you can't release?
Well, I do know, and this isn't a big secret, we have a social media marketing society, and it's a membership thing, and we had open membership for a very short period of time, like I think it was 1 month, and then closed. And so I do know that at some point in 2016 we're going to be opening it up again, and that's exciting.
Is that a paid membership thing? It
is a paid membership thing, but you get all kinds of training. You get all kinds of training in the society that you don't get anywhere else, and hangouts. And if Blab would allow private hangouts or private Blabs, then we could do it on Blab, which would be even better. That's
not the core of Blab. It's all public.
Yeah. But so that's pretty exciting, and I know. Yeah, I can't. There's one other thing, but I can't say anything about it. But there is one other thing coming out.
That's
and cool. Then with Mike, you never know. I mean, you never know.
That's interesting. I mean, do you know what kind of that? Well, we'll find out when it comes out, when you put it out. I'm sure they'll put it on Blab. I'm just kidding. I don't know what the membership cost is or anything. I'm not part of it. So
it's very, 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 very inexpensive. I think it's shockingly inexpensive. But I will say that every social media marketing world, during his keynote, Mike announces something big. So in April, I imagine word will go out, whatever it is.
So now you're doing all this social media also. I mean, you're helping with some social media stuff, obviously with Social Media Examiner, because you do the events and
Right.
things like that. But like we said, you have this other side of you, which I just recently found out about, with the movies and things like that. So how are you seeing all these new things that are coming out that could be helpful for the movie industry, then the entertainment industry? Could you see live streaming be used for that?
Yeah, definitely. And when the Left Behind movie was coming out, we considered. Have you ever heard of transmedia marketing?
The name is familiar, but I don't think I have a lot of it.
It's basically like, let me think of some good transmedia campaigns, like Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones, when they first were starting Game of Thrones, they did a food truck in New York. And it was all like that kind of food, like medieval or whatever you want to call it. And they did these food trucks. And so that would kind of be like a transmedia thing. They take their marketing across different platforms, and not just digital platforms, but real life, not real life, that type of thing. And we had a pretty big campaign set up for Left Behind. And that's what I was primarily involved with, that in the social side. And I think that now with live streaming and augmented reality and virtual reality, there's going to be opportunities for the movie industry to really make some interesting plays and interesting moves with viewers and giving them personalized experiences. Because, everything, that was the other big buzzword, if you will, for 2016 is more targeted content, personalized experience with that content. And same with advertising, more targeted, more personalized. And I think that with some of these new technologies coming out, that even the movie industry has an opportunity to leverage that. Because, I mean, if you think about it, a movie is about the experience when it initially comes out, but you can watch anything at home. And all these great series coming out direct to, like, Hulu has one called Casual, which I'm not endorsing because it's kind of naughty, but it's a really good show though. And
though I do like some of your Snapchats.
My New Year's Eve one, right?
You got it, Kim.
My daughter said, "Mom, were you drinking?" I'm like, "It was New Year's." And then she's like, "Do you know how to delete that?" I'm like, "No." She's like, "Here, this is how." So she just deleted the last snap. Yeah.
There you go.
Don't let me near a bottle of wine.
All right, this was interesting. Wait, there was somebody wrote something. Here it is. We're a new innovative social enterprise. This is from HIC 2016. We're a new innovative social enterprise working on supporting our communities to share knowledge to improve healthcare via social media, for example. Have you any insight in healthcare and social media that would be benefit for us? New things we should look into? It's an interesting question.
Well, it is interesting because I had a very significant experience with the healthcare industry this summer for about 3 months with my son. And I definitely got to see the good and the bad of the healthcare industry. And when my son had gone to, basically he was too sick to have surgery, and too sick to go home. But so they put him in this I can't remember now what it's called. It's like it's the equivalent of a ICU unit, but long-term. So that's what it's like, long-term acute care. And so when he was there, it was pretty bad. A lot of people go there because they're just not going to ever leave there. And most of the people are elderly. And I think that a lot of times they don't have people advocating for them. So who knows what goes on. But I was there every minute of every day. And so I'm sure they couldn't wait for me to leave. But I had tweeted about something that they had done, which was not cool at all. And immediately the social media guy got a hold of me and he said, "I will find out what's going on. I'll take care of this." So I'd say that with healthcare, anything that you can do to respond as quickly as possible, because most of the time I would imagine with healthcare social media, people don't tend to put out like the kudos when you do a great job. They expect you to do a great job, but they are more than happy to get on social if they've got a complaint, especially if they're scared. Like for me with my son, I was scared. I didn't know what to do. And so any of these technologies that can facilitate, like you could do a blab and well, I don't know what kind of healthcare it is. So that makes it a little bit more difficult. Can you put in the chat bar, like what kind of healthcare, or is it just general healthcare information?
Yeah. Who was that from? HIC 2016. I think they're still in the room. Yeah. Wiz, World Health thing. What type of healthcare? Is there a specific type of thing you were talking about?
Right.
Or if you even want to jump in real quick, that's okay too.
Because there's so many different sides of healthcare.
Yep, here they come.
Oh, cool. Bonus is Summit too.
Hopefully they'll be able to get their camera. Here we go.
Hi.
How's it going? Are you well?
Yes, doing very well. How are you?
Not too bad. I just thought I'd jump in there. Sorry, I'm a little bit casual like you guys. It's very late in the evening here. I'm working quite late on a couple of projects. So
now, where are you located out of?
I'm based in the north of England, just outside the Lake District.
Oh,
okay.
wow.
I'm from Dublin originally. I'm Irish.
Okay.
We were just talking about Ireland.
Yeah, that's what I picked up on that. I was hoping some of the guys with golf would jump in there and save the day. I know Robert's heading over to Dublin. I know Sam as well, Robert.
Oh, you know Samantha, great.
Yeah. So I might be able to meet you at the summit that you're.
Oh, that would be great.
Yeah. So, no, basically, I've worked in healthcare all my life, and just as you were saying, there's that disparity there between when the clinicians do a good job and getting that message across to them, because ultimately they're human beings. They have feelings like ourselves. And the area of social media is not really an area that the healthcare industry engages in. The idea with ourselves is to bring people together to share knowledge. So, but not patients, but business people, education, because health touches us all. And even what we're doing today and even chatting away here and now, that all has an impact on our health. Psychologically, it does major things for us. And it's about us coming together and sharing knowledge, because we're in a situation with healthcare at the moment that, it's not sustainable. Costs are spiraling out of control. So if we can bring people together, get the business sector, get the education in the room, get the voluntary sector in the room, get our healthcare professionals in the room and our patients, we can come up with all sorts of stuff, and we can solve problems.
Yeah. No, that sounds very interesting. And so are you into like the holistic side of healthcare, or is that just part of the whole general big picture?
Yeah, it's pretty much looking at everything. So I'll give you an example. I'm part of a business forum here in Carlisle where we do some social good. So we fix up some sort of parks, shall we say, football clubs. See, that has a major impact on health and social care, because the kids get a psychological boost, which keeps them interested in football, which then means that long term they won't develop the likes of diabetes. So that saves the NHS money.
Yeah.
That's the sort of approach that we need to look at. It has to be very much about, innovative ways of saving money and also saving our services.
Yep.
I hope that makes sense and gives you an idea. But also, the likes of the banking sector, they have great IT systems. In healthcare, we just can't seem to get it right. Well, let's ask the banking sector, how do you do it? Because ultimately the banking people will be using the health service, so it has a knock-on effect, so we need to bring these synergies together. So it's an innovative idea. I came up with it about 8 months ago. And we've gone from one summit. We have our first event actually in Cumbria on the 10th and 11th of March, and we're in negotiations in London, Austria, and Greece at the moment. Our model is to grow it as quickly as possible. We're a social enterprise as well, so the way we set the model up is profits after costs go back into the local community. So very much about social good.
Yeah. Wow. We have a doctor on now, so he can probably speak to the other side of it.
Well, I was going to say, just like with the entertainment industry, looking at live streaming, behind the scenes information becomes more valuable. What's going on behind the scenes? What's going on at your summit that you do, the World Health Summit, with doctors, and I know Dr. Brown here could probably say things that are going on in the office could be live streamed. Obviously not patients, because that's a HIPAA situation, everything else, but other things with going on in the office about new practices, new situations, the staff, things like that. That's a journey and a story that can be told behind the scenes that live streaming gives that no other platform can give.
Yeah.
That's a great point, Robert. And another thing is, as a physician, you do patient education for every patient. So let's say you're in a regular clinic, and 60% of Americans are obese. So then they need education on diet and exercise, or a significant percentage of Americans are diabetic. So they may need education on how to optimize their at-home glucose control. And so a physician might literally, he might see 30 people in a day in a clinic and give that same, 10-minute talk to 20 of them. Something that would be more satisfying for both the physician and for the patient, not to mention the patients that aren't even on the clinic docket for that day, that might also be diabetic and benefit from that information, would be to do, the equivalent of webinars or blabs like this, video content where they get to speak, they get to be educated by a clinician in a much more scalable way. So one thing that episodic patient care lacks right now is scalability, and through video and social media, that allows us the opportunity to have scalability.
I mean, our vision is to share this sort of knowledge. We're going to stream live in March.
Yeah,
that's the plan. We want to share. I mean, I'll show you some of our links and our program, Dr. Brown, and you can have a look at who we have speaking. You'll see the likes of the General Medical Council, NHS, the King's Fund. They're all in attendance. So we have some of the big players in the room. But we've also brought in some new ways and some new areas. So we're looking very much at the next generation. So skin to skin and that. So there's a lot of interesting stuff, innovative stuff that we're working on.
And there are a lot of, so now in this age of the Internet of Things, where things are so connected, the same way you can close your garage door from work if you've forgotten to put it down, you can also remotely check a patient's blood pressure if they use a digitized blood pressure cuff. So the benefit there becomes you can get reliable metrics from patients that may be, in rural areas that can't get to doctors, or elderly and physically can't get to doctors. So then you lower the barrier of access you basically lower the barrier of access to real medical care based on real numbers. That there's no the doctor's going to interpret the data. He's going to do the diagnosis and treatment. All the patient needs to do is just know how to work their digitized blood pressure cuff. So that this can really expand the scope of healthcare.
Just one last point. I'm working with Dr. Amir Hannan at the moment, and he's our chairman. He's doing some really interesting work on patient access to records online.
Right.
This is really cutting edge stuff. I'll pop a link up later and you can have a look at it. But he's been working on this for about 10 years at Manchester, and he gives access to his patients, their online record, so they can get their bloods and everything. He can talk about it in more depth than me, but it's really cutting edge stuff, and it makes a huge difference to patient care.
Right. And one thing, this is something that for me is a personal issue. The people that I really want to reach are people who feel isolated and overwhelmed. Those are two of the worst feelings to have in life in general, but particularly when it addresses your health or the healthcare of someone you love. And so often people feel intimidated by the medical system, the healthcare system, insurance and admissions and setting up appointments and communicating with doctors and pain management. And they don't really have the confidence or the comfort to just say, hey, I don't understand what you're telling us. Hey, why are you doing this? Hey, what's going to happen, right? And so one thing that I encourage other physicians to do is to build their own brand and their own platform, because people want to hear from other people, not just a doctor, but they want to hear from people, right? And we all deserve that. We all deserve to feel connected. So I'm excited by the work you're doing.
Great. All right, I'm going to wrap this part up because I want to get my other guest in here with the brand new live streaming app, which Jeffrey and I don't know how to have your first name. I'm sorry.
Garrett. Sorry, Garrett.
That's right. This is something you might want to look into too, because it's another live stream situation, which I think is going to be a little different, and it's going to be a little interesting. So you're going to want to listen in, definitely.
Great. Thanks for having me, guys.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to bring in Tomer. Kimberly, we talked a little bit about what's going on, so you get a little insight before he gets here. Here he is.
How are you guys doing?
Good. How are you?
Excellent.
This is pretty exciting.
Yes, it is.
I think in the last 38 hours, Tomer hasn't slept. So, Tomer, for everybody that's here, and please tweet this out and Facebook it out and everything else, because you guys are getting an insight to a brand new app that just got released yesterday. In fact, Kim didn't even know about it, so I thought it was a good idea that she knew about it because she's with the Social Media Examiner. And I spoke with one of Tomer's right-hand people, Kristen, this afternoon, and I know you were on the phone with Brian today because I was on the phone with Kristen, and my phone went off because a notification went on that Brian went on, so I had it on my phone. So you called him afterwards. I'm on the phone with Kristen. You're on the phone with Brian. And I know Brian's on right now, by the way, at CES.
Yes, he is. And
he's with Ryan Bell.
It's been a very fun 24 hours.
Yeah, I can imagine. So why don't we let everybody know the name of the app, what it is, about you, things like that, and let's get a little bit into it, because I was on it this afternoon, and I'll be honest, I love what I'm seeing so far.
Excellent. No, I appreciate the feedback. So Mevee is a live streaming platform, and we're trying to focus around the streamers, the content producers. So we're trying to create a platform where you are going to get the most amount of views that you can get and build as solid as a community as possible. So as you experienced today, you notice that in order to watch our stream, you do not need an app. So when you share it to your social media, you're sharing a link. Everybody can click on the link and watch your stream on any platform they're in. So if you like to post to Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, Tumblr, Weibo, name it, we're getting people calling that it's everywhere.
Wait, so it's live on, like, if I were to post the link to Facebook right now, say I have the app open right now, and I don't know if I can actually live stream while doing a lab, but I've seen it done, other things. So, like, if I did this and
we're live here.
Yeah,
we're live right now.
Oh my gosh! So, and if I shared the link on my Facebook page, would it be the broadcast live on my Facebook?
So to your Facebook page, you will get a link, and your fan can click on the link and you'll open outside of Facebook. If they are on desktop in Facebook, it will open in their stream and they'll be able to watch it over there.
That
I told you, Kim.
Nice. That is really nice. Wow.
And you can put this out to LinkedIn, Pinterest. Well, Instagram's going to be hard because they're not.
No Instagram yet.
You got to put the link in the profile.
Yeah.
Facebook. What are the others?
Tumblr, Pinterest. LinkedIn is a big one. We see a lot of traffic from LinkedIn today. A lot of business owners trying to take advantage of it, which is very, very exciting.
Now, the other thing that I love about it, and that there's two things actually. The upcoming thing, which I know you're working on, the split screen.
Yeah.
And that all these streams are there
forever.
There is no 24-hour period. There is nothing. It's always there.
So if you have patience and you go through some of my old streams, you'll be able to see the split screens that we've done in the past. We're playing with this split screen for a while. It works very, very well. We took it off because we're playing. We don't want to overload the bandwidth when two guys are streaming at HD.
Right.
But it's going to come back. We planned on surprising everyone next month. But since we did the soft launch yesterday, there are a couple of tiny bugs in the app, and some guys were able to find it.
Nice.
So Jaren's got a great question for you, and I want you to talk more about the app and everything else, but it's a really good question because 2015 was the year of live streaming. It just took off. I mean, with the mobility and everything else. What makes it different than the 10 other live streaming apps that are out there?
Excellent. So we have three things that I think separate us from the rest. One is the stream state. You do not need an app to watch us. You can embed it to your own blog. So if you are content provider, you want to promote your business, your blog, your personal, we give you the embed code and the traffic comes directly to you.
Mm-hmm.
We want, again, to help you as much as possible, get as much traffic and build your own brand, not only ours. And the split screens, the zooms, those are all small features, but what we're really focusing on is creating a real community that will help everyone.
Okay, so and then Jeffrey's saying, how's it different from Facebook Live?
I'm Blab with the Mevee guy. Mevee and the Blab.
Muting you.
What's up, Tomer? Nice to see you face to face.
Brian, I was hysterical because you were on the phone with him and his right-hand person was on the phone with me at the same time.
Nice. No, I love it. I was just using it. I'm here.
I saw Ryan.
Yeah, we're in the grocery store in Vegas with Ryan Bell, founder of Periscope Summit. So I was showing him the app. So then I saw the Blab was going on. Live streaming.
I tried to message you in it saying I'm on right now. I saw.
So nice to meet you, Tomer. Nice to meet you on Blab.
Likewise. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm not a huge Blab guy, but live is live.
I like to think Blab is the ultimate collaboration, and it's the extended and the amplifier of all of the monologue live stream for me. That's kind of how I look at it. So from that perspective, and I love the team at Blab is like you. I think I told you that story when you were on the phone. I moved my shows over to Blab in about 20 hours, and they are my monetized shows. But it was because their team and CEO and founder and their whole background is there's a bunch of great guys. So they did it the right way. And I don't know if Robert, you had heard the story, but right after my first Mevee, which was like really bad, just be sitting on the couch. Yeah.
No, it was funny because remember on Periscope when we used to be on it would go off sometimes while you were on the phone.
Oh, yes.
I was on the phone with Kristen, and all of a sudden I heard your voice. And I'm sitting there going, wait a minute. And then all of a sudden I closed out and went, oh, my God, I'm on with Brian on Mevee. But
it's the notification bug. But, yeah, so, I mean, but I thought it was pretty awesome that I got the DM from you right after my first one. You said you wanted to talk and share about the story about the company and, 15 minutes on the phone with you. And you created an advocate pretty quickly. So that's why for me it works out pretty easily.
Well, I want to hear some of the backstory, how this came to be and what your background is. Is it Tamer?
Tamer, yeah.
Tamer, I'd like to know more about you and what your history is and how you got started with this.
So I'm a finance guy by trade. I do tax and estate planning for many people. And about 4-5 years ago, I started working with professional athletes. And I grew a large amount of athletes that I was doing tax and estate planning for. And they were always complaining to me how it's hard to build a social media presence, and it's very hard to monetize social media. And we've built an app about 1.5 years ago that did some social media endorsement for athletes. And they liked it a lot. And about 1 year ago, just December, we helped one of our very high-profile musicians to do a live stream, and it was a desktop-based live stream. Mm-hmm. And my CTO is doing live stream for 9 years.
Oh, and wow.
We looked at it and said, you know what, live streaming is the future.
Right.
We pulled some money together, me and him, and we started working on it. And we did our first beta test in June around the NBA draft. And our first stream got 1 million live views.
Wow.
So, I know, we got a fluke.
That's
Nothing
pretty awesome.
wrong with that.
And we looked at each other and we're staring at the screen and we said, wow, that's a really powerful tool. Let's fix it. It was very plain, very simple at the time. And a month later, we did another test with a reality star TV personnel and 64,000 people watching it live. And I was like, you know what? Other social media platforms don't get those numbers.
Yeah.
And we try to, since then, we're working on improving and improving. I know there's a couple of small bugs. We did the soft launch yesterday. There's going to be a new release going into the Apple Store tonight.
Tomer, it's not soft anymore. I'm just letting you know.
Yeah,
it's not soft anymore. A couple of us found out about it.
There are 250 text messages on my phone today, so.
Oh, wow.
It's going to get worse as the day goes on. I'm just letting you know.
No, we have a lot to learn. I think we're lucky we have guys like Robert and Brian that embraced it. They're giving us feedback. We take the feedback. We have an unbelievable CTO and a coder group, and they're working on fixing everything that we've heard. There was nothing major that needed to be fixed. We're working on some cool features that we planned on releasing a month from now that we're going to have to bring sooner because of the demand. But overall, the feedback is just amazing. So
I'll be honest, I love the quality of the video.
And that's the biggest thing we've heard from everyone. And we actually dialed it down a little bit.
Wow.
Yeah, we have a buffer that if you're in good connection, you can get HD quality from your phone. And with the iPhone 6S, with the 4K, we reduced it because we don't want it to be too big. You can do 4K with the new phones. But overall, the quality is amazing.
So what do you think is the potential of a live streaming 360 video?
You know what? We're working on doing some cool integration. I don't want to give too much away. We have a couple of nice surprises coming soon.
Good. I'm going to keep an eye on that. Wow, this is so exciting to meet you. I'm so happy for you. And wow, I can't wait to watch the first one that I did. It's probably pretty bad.
No, I'm sure it's good and it's going to be there, and you can share it to all your platform before you stream, while you stream. Your friend can share it everywhere.
Yeah, that's nice.
And I saw you have the embed code, so it can be embedded all over. Yeah. So the question I guess I have afterwards, can people download the video instead of embedding it and then put it up somewhere else also?
So we had the download option earlier on in our earlier versions. We removed it from now because people complained that when you do a 10-minute stream, it's going to fill your space on your phone.
Okay.
We are working on giving you the option to choose if you want to download it or not. And again, it's a few weeks away. We had it before. We just want to tweak it and come with a good product.
Now with the download, would it come with the comments or without the comments? Because I know there's an API involved and all this other stuff. So
it comes with the comments.
On the screen itself.
On the screen itself.
Okay, because that's like the one drawback I always had with Periscope was like you get the video on your phone or you download it. It didn't have the comments. It was just raw data.
Yeah, it took a while till you pile the servers on top of each other and you get them to talk, and when you can capture it all together. But you can go and see some of the old streams. It's there.
I love it. I love it. Yeah, no, I went on it once and I think I blocked somebody from your team because they came on my stream. I mean, I went on because somebody on your team tagged me, and I went on. And next thing I know, I'm doing a stream, and Kristen was in, and I think Scott was in, and then I went and blocked one of them by accident because you're just learning the system,
sure.
And I felt bad. And then the next thing you know, it cut out, and then I started a second one, and I was like, I know it's in beta. I mean, it's 1 day old. I mean, you're gonna get hit in the next few days. I don't think you understand.
Yeah. But isn't that amazing how quickly products can come out now? And I mean, you barely launch and bam, everybody knows about it, talking about it. it's amazing how word gets out so
Well,
quickly
you just
now.
need a few people to start talking about it and everything else.
Yeah.
So, do you mind if I let a few people in, Tomer, to ask some questions?
Go ahead. I'd love
Because
to.
I know KK Harris from London is coming in. I think she's coming in if her camera comes in. Nazim's asking in the from Italy. He's from Italy, Nazim. He wanted to know, how long have you been working on it?
So we're working on it since sometimes in November, December last year. So about a good year and 2 months.
Okay. Let me see if KK gets in on this one. Okay. It's only on iOS. There's no Android right now, right?
It's only iOS now, Android to come very, very soon.
Okay.
Now, I know some people have asked what differentiates you from the other live streaming apps. And so can you kind of go over that again, what makes you different? Because there are people joining all the time that may not have heard you initially.
Sure. So what we're different is you can, the apps, the streams do not disappear. So they stay there, you can share them, you can build a nice portfolio for yourself. You can share it on all social media platforms. So Facebook, LinkedIn, Tumblr, Pinterest, LinkedIn. I was actually trending in Asia last month.
Oh, wow.
That's very cool.
That is very cool.
Where was I?
You can share it. You can share it everywhere, and I believe if you share the link on desktop, Facebook,
you do not need an app to download. So my mom does not like downloading apps. She can watch me and my kids all the time. And the fourth thing that we seem people to love it today is the private group streams. So you can invite 4 or 5 of your friends and have a private stream that only you can watch in the group, and you cannot share from the group. So whatever happens there stays there.
Now that is interesting. That is very interesting.
Now somebody else just jumped in. Can you give the name of the app you speak of? It's a Mevee. I'll put the link in the chat again, mevee.com. You can check it out. Now we were saying earlier, you can share this out, Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest. You can text it out. You can email it out because you get a code. Any possible way it could be put out, it can be put out.
That's it.
And they can watch it from any browser. Does it work better on Chrome or Explorer? Does it matter what browser?
It does not matter what browser. You can watch it anywhere you want.
Now, if somebody is in the website, can they... You okay?
No, a little bit echo. I'm good.
I know. You know, it would have been if you had the earbuds. I know it would go away. But if they're watching on the web browser, can they be part of the stream? Can they type? Can they comment? Can they?
So you can, if you watch on the web browser, it will ask you to log in with your Twitter account, and you can comment from your web browser to every stream.
How's that, Kim?
That's pretty freaking awesome. The most important question: what is your and Mevee's Twitter handle?
Mevee's handle is Mevee app at Mevee app. My Twitter handle is @TomerDI.
You have to go follow that real quick so I can keep up on all the news.
Okay, and one of the questions came in. I kind of know the answer, but I want you to answer it. On Catch, you can make a broadcast private. Can you do the same on Mevee? Actually, I think they meant on Periscope, because you could do private scopes on Periscope. Can you do that also on Mevee?
Yeah, so you basically just create a group with one other person, and that's it. No one
Can you make it with more than one person in it?
You can make it with 500 people if you want. So I can see the Robert fan group joining together, and you can share with your friends. I share with my family streams of my kids all the time. You will not find them on the public channel. So
in other words, if I did a private Mevee with just you and Kim, and we talked, and then hopefully the split screen will be up, and then we can talk to each other and all that other fun stuff. I had to throw that in there. And when it's saved, and if somebody went to my page, let's say Brian,
he will not see it.
He will not see it because it's only private between the three of us.
Correct.
So that could work with Teams. That can work with a lot of different areas. Yeah, I don't know if you caught the end. We had Garth in from London. He's with the World Health type summit situation, and he already wrote in there, Mevee's perfect for our summit.
Yeah.
Follow me on Twitter. I'll DM you. We'll give you some instruction and support.
Yeah. Somebody else asked, is there any type of tutorial like out there, like a blog or something to explain? Because, hey, I blocked, one person on my first thing and I didn't mean to.
So we have a blog on the bottom of our homepage.
Mm-hmm.
We have a couple of great fans that already went ahead and create YouTube videos for us after they signed up yesterday. Step by step and Q&A. Again, I did not expect that many downloads in 24 hours. But
Get ready.
It seems like our great users and fans are just helping and jumping on. So if you go, I see one of the questions, somebody wants to know where to find the tutorials. If you go to YouTube and you search Mevee, you'll find a nice 10 minutes video that a very nice gentleman has prepared for us.
Perfect.
Nice. Okay. Oh, never mind. Sorry. Go ahead.
No. I was going to say another quick question came in from Jody. Is there a limit to how many people can comment in a stream or be in a stream?
There is no limit at the moment. Again, we're young. We don't have the hundreds of thousands in the app yet. We've seen 64,001 live stream, and the comment looked very well. We do not allow the comment to block your face.
How many?
64,000.
Was that people or comments?
No, there was people.
Wow. That's a lot of comments.
Yeah, it's a lot of comments, but they do not block your face.
Okay.
They don't block you.
I know you tell me that one of the bugs is we have one-line comments. Tomorrow it's going to be two-line comments.
Okay. Okay, yeah. And Jay, thank you very much. He put it in the chat. This is the tutorial on YouTube. It was in the chat. So if you guys want to check it out and learn more about it, Jay, if you want to pop that in every couple of minutes, that would be extremely helpful. Here we go. Dueling Designs. Will you be able to delete comments before you embed them on the video? Like on Catch with Periscope and Meerkat, you can go in and delete some comments out. Like, you get some, excuse the word, idiots that write things that you don't want there for the embedded version.
Yeah, we do not have idiots at the moment, so all clean. But we don't have the features as of now. We will, if the need comes to, we'll work on it.
Okay. And we're getting questions and questions. Look at this coming in. Will the group feature introduce codes or passwords so conferences can send them to their members or attendees without having to add people individually to the group, but still allow private live streams? Wow. Alex, that is a really good idea, actually.
Mm-hmm.
That's a great idea. And actually, in our earlier version, you could only assign email accounts and specific users that can watch it. We eliminated because our test cases says it was too complicated. Right now, you need in the app to invite the people that you want to be part of your group. And we also eliminated the ability to share the stream. So private means private.
Okay. They're just flying in. Look, if anybody wants to jump in and ask a question, I'm not stopping you. Oh, that didn't take long. KK's trying again from London. She must have a really good question. And it's late there. We got a couple people. Why do some people have a green tick on their profile pic?
Are you talking about a check mark for the verified on the picture?
I need to jump.
So you have verified people. Now, what classifies a verified person on Mevee?
Either credential or the average amount of viewers for their streams. So heavy users get verified first. And I don't know if you saw, we have channels. if you swipe to
Yes.
the right.
The news, fashion, all those type of things.
So we try to make it as easy as possible for you to find the kind of content that you want instead of going through a very large pool. And verified users will be able to direct their streams into the right channels.
Okay.
And not verified.
What quantifies, what variables do you have to be in the top 200? You're kind of like following suit of Live now. They have the top users who get that green L next to their name. So you have a check here. What variables is that going to be dependent upon? Twitter followers?
So right now it's set up for 400 average viewers for a stream. I can tell you we got many media requests today to be verified from media professionals. A lot of tech bloggers. We're very happy with the traffic today. They want to be verified. We'll love to have people verified. You'll do a couple of streams. We'll see the traffic, and we'll love to verify people. We just want to make sure that people know to drive the stream to the right channel.
Okay. Yeah. So also, I see where you have like vanity URLs already, so you can set up that profile. Is there going to be any kind of gamification involved in this platform? I really don't see like any difference here in like in Periscope. You have stars instead of hearts. Facebook Live. Earlier, if you look at my profile, I did Facebook Live, this one, Periscope, Crew.tv, all at the same time. And it's like, what's the real difference except for your server has a ton of latency on it?
Yeah, so the one issue we're working on is the latency to reduce it. And it also depends on your wireless or your Wi-Fi. The thing that separates us is the fact that your fans do not need the app to watch you. You can share it to all your social media platform. You have the live private groups, and we have the channel. So
your MVP. Would you say
I'm
that?
sorry, Jaron, say it again. It broke up a little. I'm sorry.
What would you say your MVP is here?
I'm sorry. Let me just fix it volume here.
Ability to go ahead.
Jaron, I'm losing you a little bit.
It was breaking up again, Jaron.
What is the MVP of the platform? What makes it different from all the other ones? The groups?
No need for an app to view. You can post to all social media platforms, which basically will get you the most amount of viewers that you can get. So you can drag people from all social media to enjoy your stream.
Okay, perfect. Awesome. I also submitted you to Product Hunt, and I put the link in the side. So
thank you very much. I was going to do it tomorrow morning.
All right.
Thanks a lot, Jaron.
Yes.
Anybody else want to pop in for a question? Let's see. Alex is.
There was a good question from Alex.
Okay. I can't get lower on that, so let me take it from the chat. Will you have the option to submit an event to be created for a limited time channel during the duration of the event, public, not private? It'd be awesome if all live streams coming out of an event could be found on one channel.
Like organized around a hashtag or something.
Or something like a social media
marketing world channel.
Social media marketing world channel for a day.
And you might want to come to social media marketing world with your app because you're going to have 3,000 marketers. That's like, they wouldn't be able to jump on it or would be able to.
So you guys don't let me surprise you with anything.
Oh.
On Wednesday, you will able to see the CES channel.
Ooh.
Because you are at CES, and that's how Brian and them found out today about it.
Actually, Brian doesn't know, but we have signed. I don't want to surprise mess up the the article for the Wall Street Journal for 2 days from now.
Okay. Note to Kimberly: check social media information on Wednesday morning. Blog newsletter will be out at 10 a.m.
Well, I'm definitely gonna put this in for our news on Friday and Saturday.
I was trying to tag Michael, but for some reason I keep spelling his name wrong.
I
know M-C-H. Is it A-E-L?
Well, now I don't know, but it's Mike_Stelzner.
That's why I kept doing Michael. I was going to see if he had a minute to come in. That's why.
No, that'd be super cool. The idea of a channel, because like our big conference is in April, and it would be so cool to have all the live streams just from the conference on their own channel, so people could watch. And it would also be cool because we do these videos before the conference to like little behind the scenes videos. Like I go out to San Diego to our conferences and do behind the scenes, like the hotels, where to get good coffee, where to grab a beer, whatever. And so now instead of just recording these videos, we could live stream them and save them and put them all together for a whole bunch of videos that people could, instead of even on YouTube, just one resource page where, hey, here's all the information. You can go watch it.
You're not getting much sleep tonight because I'm just telling you right now, my phone is blowing up because you have the global on.
Yeah, so the global will
my phone is blowing up with all first timers coming on, and I know a lot of these names. I'm looking at it going, oh God, Tomer's not going to sleep tonight.
Yeah, no, it's good. I'm good with 2 hours.
Red Bull.
Yeah.
Does anyone even drink Red Bull anymore?
What is Red Bull? Actually, I don't even drink coffee. That's going to surprise you more.
No, I had 10 coffees today.
Yeah. Have our energy.
All right. Somebody else said.
Let me give you another interesting thing we're going to do, and it's another channel you'll see coming in a few days. Juvenile Diabetes Foundation. So I'm a big non-for-profit contributor, and we're going to have a channel for them this week. And they are going to have 3,000 people approximately streaming to raise money. So instead of an ad on our website, you'll see a donate now. And all the money is going to go to the juvenile diabetes. And I'm very, very excited on helping them with the Kentucky chapter.
Wow. My daughter's type 1 diabetic, so that makes me super happy to hear.
JDRF. Awesome. There you go.
That is awesome. Wow.
Android version is what, about 60 days away or somewhere around there?
60 days we're safe, yeah.
Okay, that answers Rob's question. A screen share, will that be, well, see, this is interesting, Sandra, because you're asking about a screen share, but you got to remember, this is a mobile app. So, I mean, would a screen share be a possibility to show things that are on your phone maybe, or?
We've got a couple of requests today to create a green screen. So streamers can show things that they do on the computer or notepads that will pop on the screen. It's interesting. It's not something that's in development right now.
Okay. Yeah, I saw in the chat, Alex Pettit did a split screen. Somehow he found the code to get in there before I did.
Yeah.
So I will be talking I will be talking to both of you soon. Jody's got a good question. So to clarify, when you post to Facebook on mobile, it will give a link, but on desktop, it will insert the feed live?
Correct. So there's actually two kinds of posting from our app without getting into the too much technical stuff. But we have a regular post and we have a deep link post.
Okay. You want to explain it further for a lot of people won't understand?
So in the end of your stream, it will ask you again if you would like to share it to Facebook and Twitter. And when you click yes, it will do a deep link into a timeline. So it's not going to be a link. It's going to be an actual thumbnail with your image and your stream. And when you do that into Facebook, people will be able to watch it on their timeline, on a desktop only, not on mobile.
Okay. If I suddenly disappear, it's because my computer ran out of battery.
Oh, that's okay.
I'm down to 6%. I'm holding on to everything.
Thank you, Jaron. I knew what deep linking was, but I wanted everybody else to understand what it meant. He's explaining it's about the metadata and everything. So, I mean, where do you see Mevee falling into place in 2016? You have the advantage now of seeing where Periscope went and how it's doing, how Meerkat kind of started strong and then kind of fell a little bit to the side a little bit. You also have the Fire Talk out there, the MyWeb. There's another one that I know is still in beta that's not even out yet called Go Live, which has been all over Twitter, but it's still not out there. Facebook Live decided to come out and hit now, going strong.
Yeah.
How do you see Mevee playing up, I guess, one, against them, but two, in coordination with them? Because we can't have more than one out there, obviously.
We can have more than one out there, in my opinion. Live streaming is very hot. It gets a lot of attention and a lot of streamers and a lot of views. There's room for everybody to get a piece of the market. We think we're different enough. I think that very soon people will be able to see that we get more views than the rest, just because you can pull from so many different places into the stream. People will be able to comment both from web and from the app. And we think that's what's going to make us different. If you want to reach a higher amount of views, you'll get it. We see today, I don't know if you saw your stream, got 300 views very, very quickly. And it's never been on the app.
I know. I was like, and I didn't share it to anything.
Yeah. So
I didn't even get it out to anything yet. And it was funny because I saw mostly your team came in real quick on me.
We're trying.
Well, it was funny because I got tagged and all of a sudden I went, "You guys work for this?" And a couple of them said yes. I went, "Uh-huh." And then there was some other people. And then I saw a couple of people I actually knew. So they were already on it, and they came in and said hi to me and everything. But there's a couple more questions, and then I want to talk about something that hasn't been brought up that I know about and we'll talk about. First of all, Alex has another good question about analytics. So being a marketer and not being it for fun, like some people like to just go on live stream for fun, but you're using it for a brand or a business or CES or a channel for diabetes or anything else, how can the analytics information, what would be available for people to see?
So we have all the analytics available. We're going to share them in the future. We just got to make it look pretty for you. I don't want to give you a dashboard that's not as user-friendly as it should be.
Okay.
We've just released the dashboard for brands. So as you saw, we have the banner ads on the web. And the brands are very, very excited, and we're sharing with them the information, and they're giving us great feedback of what they want to see and how they want to see. So we're growing.
Now, will the analytics have like a list of all the comments in it? Will it have, the stars? I'm not big on the stars and hearts and things. I like it that people tap the screen and like what I'm saying, but I don't care about, a leaderboard or anything like that.
So I don't know if
I think it scares people away.
You did the stream now, and you know that even after the stream is up and people write comment, you will get a notification on those comments. So
yes, I've been getting some afterwards.
That's nice.
If you are getting those and you go back to your stream and you text those people that commented, and you will see that you comment again.
So you can comment, and that's something for everybody to know. People can, even though it's a saved video, people can still comment afterwards on it. Like they watch the replay and they can type, and so can you.
Do links work in the comments?
They do not work right now, no.
That's something
in
possible.
The foreseeable,
it's something possible. We're also working on allowing you to communicate with people that wrote a comment to you down the road. So you can comment them directly in the app. It's not in the version that's there now, but it's coming very soon.
No, that's helpful. That's really helpful.
Okay. And then the other thing was, Jody's saying how many downloads so far for the app, but you may not even know because it's been going nuts right now.
I can tell you we have about 80 of them since I joined this stream.
That's a good thing.
No, it's excellent. It's very busy.
Now, I was on the phone with Kristen, and she was telling me about, there are live streamers that are building up big communities, and Kim, you're gonna like this side of it because it's a different side of social media. It's the life streamers. I'll use the life word, not the live. Come on, and they build these communities, and they look for sponsors, and they look for ad revenues and things like that. Tomer, would you like to discuss?
Yeah, so we do have we have a lot of celebrities that already signed and downloaded. They're looking for it. We are signing partnerships every day with big ad agency. We've lined up about 1,800 brands. They're looking to partner. I know, Kim, I saw this look.
Kim's like, oh, wait a minute.
Major brand that's looking for us. We're giving them the data of the streamers, the demographics of who is watching who, and we encourage them to both advertise on our site and contacted the streamers for endorsement. We're getting a lot of calls already. And it started with our beta test where there was 1 million people. The brand paid $5,000 and they got 1 million views.
And then also you're looking at a ad revenue with the live streamers.
Correct.
Where they'll get a piece.
They get a. I don't know if you saw already, but if you watch a playback, we have a little skim button. If you press it more than once, randomly you're gonna get a vertical video. Robert is going to do it now.
No. I was answering a question. I'm sorry. Somebody was asking Kim if she was okay, and I was going to say Kim's a little under the weather. She actually was almost about to cancel this tonight, but she's a trooper and wanted to come on, and I think she's a little happy that she stayed right now.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to grab my charger, my plug thingy.
Okay.
Be right back.
Yeah, because I was curious, with the whole, now you get these life streamers that are looking to hook up and do the ad situation on replays. It's not on necessarily on the live part, but on the replays, and how they now through the ads can start collecting a little bit of a check on it. And that's what a lot of people thought in the beginning of Periscope and Meerkat. They were trying to think, how can I get ad revenue on this so fast? Well, you're showing a way now to do it on yours. The others are not doing it yet.
Monetizing social was one of the core ideas behind the platform when we started with it. Mm-hmm. So we are looking to monetize it. We're looking for the streamers to monetize it. We're starting with a limited number of people. We're looking to grow it. I would love to pay everybody that streams for their ad revenues. I just do not want to write 2 cents checks.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll get there.
No, definitely. Jaron saying, who's your target audience? Jaron, what do you mean the target audience for what particular thing are we talking about? Let me know what you comment. I want to read Alex. Alex wrote in, as a social media implementation specialist for events, I often take other accounts. Is there a way to link replays from my takeovers to my personal account?
Tough question.
So in other words, if I went in under Nike and was their specialist doing it, can I get a copy of it under my account also?
The answer will be with the user. Right now, the user that logs in will have the access to it, but you can log out and log back in with a different Twitter account, which we made very simple to do.
Okay.
When there's a download option, you can download it and share it with whichever account you want to. But right now, you need to log out and log in with a separate user.
Okay, and then target audience. I didn't see him write anything else on that, Jaron. So I'm going to hold off. How will the ads be implemented? Rob wanted to know.
So right now, there's no ads on the live stream in the mobile. On the desktop, you have a banner. So if you go to Mevee.com and you watch one of our streams, you'll see it on the bottom right. They're 99% filled.
Okay.
So there's always a banner there. There is on replay of streams in the app. If you skim through the content and you press fast forward or going through it, you will see a vertical video that takes the entire screen. And if you want to get out of it, you just tap on it.
Okay.
You'll go back to the stream.
Okay.
We try to minimize the disruption.
Got it. All right. Jaron was saying with the question he had asked, what's your target audience? And he goes like Crew.tv kind of targets in the musician area. What would be Mevee's target audience to go after streamers and people? And
yeah, we want to go after people that enjoy streaming. My background, I work with many athletes, so I can tell you there's many NBA and NFL players already downloaded the app. Our CTO comes from the music world. We have many big names that we expect them to do some wonderful things on the app. But the day-to-day streamers, the people that love it, they do it, the marketers, that's the bread and butter.
Okay. I'm kind of out of questions. I don't know about you, Kim.
I see the question about the millennials there.
I didn't see that one.
Jaron says target millennials.
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. He's saying target millennials. Yeah.
We try to make it more fun and more young looking, more swiping, less pressing. There's going to be some new implementation in a day or two where you're going to get more guided how to do things. But almost every screen, if you swipe left, swipe right, you're going to find some cool features and comments and more things. So there's a lot of swiping right now.
Mm-hmm.
We're working and making it easier to stream, but I know the millennials accustomed to the swipe.
Okay. Andrea, who's over in London also. Man, these Londonites, they're up late tonight. Look what you did, Tomer. You're keeping all of Europe up. Okay, they're saying this is great. They love it. Quick question, and I kind of like this. Will it have any built-in features for individuals with, let's say, disabilities, like reduced vision or blindness or things? Because I know, like on Periscope, there's the blind scoper who's got it hooked up to the dictation so it speaks. And is there any possibilities of opening things like that for you?
I love that feedback. It's not something we have now, but as I said, it's definitely something that if we can implement, we'll work on it. And I see my CTO is watching us.
Oh, does he want to jump in and be part of this?
There's one thing to learn. You got to hide the coder.
Wait a minute. I'm going to go through all these and see who it is. Well, actually, I'm hoping Kristen's been talking to you. I may see you in about a couple of weeks because I'm right outside this.
I think, Robert, we're neighbors.
Oh?
I live a few minutes away from you.
Do you by any chance live in a town that starts with a C?
No, it starts with a C. With a T, I'm sorry.
With a T? It's
a few minutes outside of the George Washington Bridge.
Okay, I know where you are. Okay. No, because I'm in Livingston, so
right. We're not.
Yeah, but I know. Kristen said we meet next week. I'm going to be traveling a lot, but the following week I may come into the city, or next week Thursday I may try to come into the city, and then I'll meet you guys in the office because you guys are based out of New York.
We're based out of New York, smack in the middle of Manhattan.
So, oh wait, dueling. What is that? Can you make it private after you film it? For example, you get cut off or something goes wrong. Can you make it private afterwards?
You can make it private. You can erase your own stream at any time. So you did the stream, you go back to watch it, you click on it, and there's a big trash sign, and you click on it, and the stream will disappear. You cannot make it private, though. If you want it private, you got to do it up front.
Okay. Set it up on the private up front. Okay.
Do you know Hillel Fold?
I'm sorry?
Hillel Fold. You know, I'll type his name because it's harder.
The name sounds familiar, but I'm not sure.
He's from New York. He moved to Israel, but he's really big with tech startups and like the Israeli tech scene. But he comes to New York a lot, and but he's a social media guy, but he's a digital strategist really. But but he focuses on tech startups.
I'm Israeli, but our companies is all based US based, and I'm the only Israeli in the company.
Yes.
So I'm not too involved in the Israeli tech world.
Tomer, it's good to be the king. That's why you're CEO.
I see we have a couple of our first Mevee streamers here watching us. Hello, Wesley.
Joe's got it interesting. I think I know the answer, but is there a time limit on any of the streams, or you could let it go as long as you want?
We've had a little NASCAR race from North Carolina. They took 5.5 hours and have 11,000 people watching it. So it's
okay. The people in this room that know me, when Periscope came out, I wanted to test it. So I did a 24-hour Periscope.
Oh, please do.
Then Blab came out, and I did a 32-hour Blab straight.
Let me know how it goes when you finish.
So don't say there's no limit. I might have to test it. Is there a trick to signing in? I downloaded it, and it won't let me sign in with my Twitter. Stacy.
That should not happen. If you have your Twitter installed on your phone, when you click sign in with Twitter, it should ask you which username you want to use, because sometimes some people have more than one Twitter account installed on their phone, and it should sign you right in. If you have a problem with it, try one more time. Shoot us an email to support@mevee.com, and I'll have one of our community managers reach out to you immediately.
Stacy, before you shoot the email, I'm just going to tell you one thing. I want you to delete the app, because sometimes when you download, a little nick can happen with the bringing in. Delete the app, re-download it, and try again. Sometimes that can make a difference, because that happened in Periscope in the beginning a lot too, where things would freeze and they weren't working. You delete the app out, bring it all back in fresh, and it would start to work fine again. So try that. If that doesn't work, then do the support, and it's at support@mevee.com.
Correct.
Okay.
Robert, I'm going to have to bow out.
That's okay. I don't want to keep Tomer too much longer, too. I mean, it's almost 8:30. He's been here an hour.
It's such a pleasure.
Thank you very much.
I'll follow you. And
you want to get to Social Media World for their event? This young lady is the one who's helping to put it on. So
it's a great event.
I think you two should probably chat offline.
Yeah, definitely.
I'll go immediately and I'll follow you on Twitter. You can DM me, or I'll.
It's easy. Kim@socialmediaexaminer.com. Very
excellent.
Easy. Nice meeting you. Thank you very much, Robert, for having me on.
And thank you seriously.
And what a nice surprise.
So now you get to tell Michael, hey, I got it before you did.
I am. I will.
I'll talk to you.
Bye, guys.
Bye, Kim.
Bye.
So if anybody has any last-minute question, and otherwise I'm going to let him go too. Okay, don't know if this question was already answered, but is the app going to be available anytime for Android? We said 60 days, hopefully, give or take a little bit.
Give or take. I'm hoping to do it faster, but.
All right. And Jeffrey Brown, you're saying desktop. It's on the phone, but remember, you can watch anything on desktop. Will you in the that's actually a good question, Jeffrey, because like with Blab, you can do it on the phone or you can do it on the computer. Do you think at any time down the line you would open it up to be usable with the microphone and camera on the desktop?
We started originally testing it on a desktop. We wanted to be more of a mobile environment.
Okay.
I see that some of the comment. Thank you, Wesley. There's another cool thing. Once you create a user, if you go to mevee.com/your username, you'll actually have your own page where you have your your profile and you can see all your past streams.
Mm-hmm.
We got a lot of people liking it today.
Okay, great. All right. Well, I don't want to keep you too long because I know you've had a long day and something tells me you're going to have a long evening. Because I know Brian put a Medium post up about it already.
Wow. Okay.
And this blab will be up tomorrow morning and out.
I appreciate
as another blog post and everything else. I definitely love it, and I can't wait to meet you next week.
I look forward to it, and thank you for the time and everybody for the question. And again, we look forward fixing what needs to be fixed and improving. So we're just looking for more and more feedback, and appreciate the great support.
I definitely will be contacting you for that split screen that Alex found. I want it.
I'll share a split screen privately with you. There's a private.
Got it. All right, so man, thank you very much. And Kristen, if you're still in the house, thank you for getting them for me. I know it was kind of last minute to get you on here and everything. And we will talk, definitely.
Excellent. Thank you very much, everyone.
Okay. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.